In this video, we're going to create this AI application which can bring you response based on your files. So we have this meme image, for example. So I'm going to put it inside of our drag and drop and ask, explain me this image. And now when we submit, we are going to get the result from AI explaining exactly what this image is about. We are going to create this in Next.js using V0, Vercel AI SDK, and Shadcn. As always, you have this code available on a public GitHub repository. It's in the description below, and I really encourage you to create this one together with me because this is something that is really going to be useful. I created this same feature on my real-world project where I'm working my full-time job. Good thing to know is that we are going to use Gemini AI made by Google, which is free with some limits, of course. And besides that, you're getting this project on your GitHub portfolio, which is always a good thing. So, let's start. As always, first thing we're going to do is to install a fresh copy of Next.js on our machine. So, 15.3.2 is out, we're going to install that one, and we're going to name our project, let's say AI image parser. And we're just going to choose defaults for everything, TypeScript, ESLint, CSS, etc. And now our project is being installed. And that one is done. We can now go to our image parser, AI image parser directory and run pm dev. And now when we go to our localhost 3000, when I refresh my screen, we have the default page of Next.js. So now we need a simple drag and drop upload component. And for that, I'm going to use V0. So here we are going to ask for a component with drag and drop upload using Shadcn. And here it is, I just fast forwarded so you don't watch the generation, and we can now just take this file upload component, copy it, and put it inside of our project. So now we can open our code, and there we still don't have the components directory because we still don't have Shadcn. So I'm going to create that one, and inside I'm going to create a file upload.tsx file. There I'm going to paste everything from that component, and we are going to check here the usage on this page. I'm just going to take this whole main element and copy paste it inside of our default Next.js page. So instead of this default content from Next.js, we are just pasting the usage, and there it is. So now everything that is left is to import all these Shadcn components. So let's quickly initialize that one. We're going to our browser, to Shadcn, get started, Next.js, and there I'm just going to initialize it in our project right here. And we're going to choose their stone, forcing everything for React 19. So now we have our Shadcn initialized, and we can add whatever we need. So we are going to add button, then let's see what we need from here. We need button, progress, card, alert. So we are going to add all of those: card, progress, alert, and we are going to add text area because we want to give prompt also to our AI. And there it is. So we have button, card, progress, alert, text area. Let's see if something else is needed. We need React drop zone. So we are going to install that dependency also. pm add React drop zone. And now we should have everything when this one is installed. So here we should lose all these warnings, and we can now restart our project, pm dev, and go to our create next step. And here, if we refresh, there it is. So this one is working, and we can now here drag and drop our files, and we have that front end part that we need. So what we need now is some text area for our prompt and the submit button. So we are going to create that one on our page. So here I'm going to put the text area like this, and also below I'm going to put the button submit like this, import it from components UI directory, and we're just going to put here the flex column, so everything goes in one column like this. Nice. And we're just going to put some max width for this one. Let's say max width XL, probably good. Nice. Okay, just a little bit more rows for our text area so it's bigger. Nice. So we have here our text area where we can ask like explain to me what is on this image, and then we can submit and return the AI result. And let's just check how is our file upload looking. So do we have actually here, we don't have file available on our page, so we are going to move in that case text area and button inside the file upload. So let's just move it here in our component. So here we probably have, we have a card. So I'm going to wrap everything up in one div, and I'm going to place their text area and button below so we can create some kind of form. We don't even need a form, we can do everything on click. So here button submit like this. Okay, now I think it's better. Do we have text area? Let's see. No, I need to import that one. And here we're just going to delete these imports. So we have now basically the same thing. We are just going to put the flex column and little bit of gap on our div right here. Flex column and gap of 5. Okay, so now we have exactly the same thing. So we can now here, there has to be some kind of on submit. So here we have on drop, and we don't have on submit, but we can create that function. We have all the files, so we can just send them to our backend, to the server action, and we can there then start with the AI functionality. So for this text area, we can just create one state here on the beginning, right here. So we are going to call it prompt, set prompt like this, and that one is going to be a string. And then down there on text area, I'm just going to put here value, and on change, we are going to put that state. And now we need some on submit functionality like this, and there we are going to call our AI. So we need here basically our files and our prompt, and we are going to send them to AI. So for that, we are going to create a new directory, and we are going to call it server, and inside I'm going to create a new file called ai.ts. So for AI, we are going to use AI SDK from Vercel, and we are going to use Gemini from Google. So we need to install this dependency first. We are adding it to our project, AI SDK Google, and we also need to add AI dependency. And now here we're going to search for file input. Here it is. And we are just going to copy paste this thing inside of our ai.ts. And we need to create a function out of it. So we are going to say get AI result, and that one is going to be a sync function like this, and we are just going to return that result. So we need to export this one in order to use it inside of our component. So here for this text right here, we're going to put the prompt from our text area, and here for our file, we are going to put the file from our upload component. So now here we can just put our prompt to receive it as a string, and our file, that one is going to be type file. And here we are going to replace this text with prompt and data with our file. But here, let's see what we need to receive actually. So we can receive a 64 encoded string. So let's just turn this file into a base 64 string like this. And this one is helping us. So we are just going to turn that one here to base 64 string. Nice. Let's see why is it complaining right here. Argument of type file is not assignable to parameter with implicit coercion. Okay. I think we just need to create an array buffer like this. Array buffer equals, yeah, like this. And then we just, I think this one is okay. So now what we are doing is we are sending here our prompt, which is going to be sent here to AI, and we are turning our image to base 64 string, which we are sending also here. So we are going to put here file type, so it's not hard-coded as PDF, and we can now go to our file upload, and here just call that get AI result, and we are going to import it like this. Nice. And now we can here just console log our result to see what are we actually getting here. So here on our submit button, we're just going to call that on click. Nice. And let's see what is actually happening when we do that. Oh, I just forgot one important thing. We need to add the Google AI API key. So let's search for that one. Yeah, so it needs to be called Google Generative AI API key. I'm going to create .env file in our root directory, and here we are just going to add that one. So keep this one a secret. I'm just now going to copy paste it, and that one is going to work automatically with Vercel SDK. So I copy pasted it. You just go to your Google AI Studio, and here you create your own API key, and there is also a free version, as I said in the beginning of this video. So that's really good that you can create your own AI and use it for free. So now we can test it out, what is going on in this image, and I'm just going to put some image, let's say this one. Here we have an image of some lion. It's just a meme. Dev, how did you find the bug so easily? Senior dev, I was there when it was written. So let's see what is it going to say. We have an issue. Google Generative AI API key is missing. Okay, so let's see the AI. Here we are missing the use server. This one, we need to mark it as a server so it can use the environment variables. Let's go now from the beginning, submit. And now something is happening, and we have our console log, but it snapped. So let's see what's going on here. So this is a meme about software development. The image shows a lion's face with text above and below it. And the top text sets up a scenario. Okay, so it is working. It's already working. It's just, I don't know why everything is exploded in the end. Because only plain objects and a few built-ins can be passed to a client components. Okay, we can fix this one, but what is important is that we already have this one working, so let's just fix it a little bit. So first thing, let's see how to catch this text. So we have in our main, so it's not in the response, it's in the steps. We need to go to steps, and then we need to go to the first step, and then text. Okay, so here we are going steps, and then our first step like this, and then text. So this one should return us the string result from AI. And now here in our file upload on submit function, so here we are basically receiving that one. So result equals await get a result, and this one needs to be async in order to call it. And now we can hear console log result on our client side this time. So let's try it out now one more time. So here I'm going to say again, explain what is in this image, and I'm going to put the same image that we placed with that lion. So right here, and this time I'm going to open our console, and let's try it out. So I'm clicking submit. We need to put, of course, oh, here it is. It's working. So this is a meme image relating to software development. So we can now display actually the results. So we have all the functionality working. Awesome. And we just need to add a little bit of UX. So we need loading, we need to display that result somewhere, and to make it a little bit nicer than this. So we are going to do it as simple as possible, the old school way. So we are going to on submit. Here for this result, we're going to remove these console logs. So we are going to create a state for our AI result. So here AI result, set AI result, it's a string. And we are going to create is loading state. That's going to be a Boolean like that. We are going back to our on submit. And here first we are going to put set is loading to true. And then we are going to wait for our result and set loading to false and set our AI result as this result. We're going to do that before setting actually the is loading. This one looks much better. And now on our submit button right here, we're going to put that it is disabled while it's loading. And we're also going to change here. So in case it's loading, then we're going to set not processing, but we're going to put the loader 2 icon from Lucid, and we are going to set here size 4. AI still doesn't know about Tailwind version 4. So this one should work, and we just need to display our AI result. AI is already trying to do that. I'm just going to do it above the text area. So right here, AI result, if it exists, we're just going to put the paragraph AI result, and let's put a little bit of something, yeah, text small and text muted foreground. So this one looks good. Let's see how is it looking. So when we get back to our project here, I'm going to remove now the console log. We are going to put again the same image. We're going to test it, of course, with other images. So here, explain what is in this photo, and we're going to submit. So now we have this fancy loading on our button, and here it is. This is a meme image. It's a humorous take on the experience of junior and senior software developers. So we have AI result, and this one is really awesome. It's amazing how fast can we create something like this. Also, last thing I would do is I would maybe remove all these things when we have the AI result and put some back button so we can come back for other results. Let's create that one quickly. So it's going to be the same like here, except it's going to be if not AI result, and we are just going to do that below the button right here. Like this, and we just need to put the fragments also because we have a bunch of elements right there like this, and the fragment should be closing here. Nice. So now if we return back, we can see only this one, and we can just put some reset button or something like that. Where is our result? Here. So we can put div. I'm going to wrap up this inside some kind of div, and I'm going to put button on click close. Yeah, like this. So let's see how is that one working. Nice. We are just going to put here the flex and flex column with gap of 2. I think that's nice. Yeah, like this. And if we click close, we can also put the button maybe below, maybe like that is better. Nice. And now when we click close, we are closing it, and we can put another image and try something else. And the real power with this is to use it for some bigger documents. So for example, here I have this full stack developer take home task from some company. This is the real document, and we could add this one here, and we could say, explain how much time would I need for something like this. And then if I submit, we are going to get that result, and AI is going through that one. So here it's estimating the time needed for this full stack developer take home task. Depends heavily on experience, etc., etc. But you could ask him whatever you want. You could put a document with 100 pages and just ask, give me just specific price. I don't want to read everything. Just give me what I want. I hope you enjoyed in this video, warriors. If you want more content like this, just join the mighty Horde. Subscribe.